G'day, I've got some good news for you. We've brought on another project and it's called Kijani Forestry and it's in Uganda. And I want to quickly tell you a bit about it. Kijani Forestry is a wonderful organisation that's working to address deforestation and charcoal production in Uganda and to bring development to impoverished communities. 94% of the fuel wood used in Uganda is unsustainable and it comes from the country's old growth forests, plus the trees that are around and about farms and communities. They're all being chopped down and this is a real disaster. Some 500,000 acres of forest a year is lost in Uganda, and in the last 6 years the charcoal price has gone up by 180%, so it's really difficult for the people to buy it, not only in the rural areas but in the city as well, in the capital city as well. So Kijani Forestry set up to try and respond to this problem. We might even call it a crisis, as the natural forest disappears. The old growth forest, already under a lot of pressure, is just shrinking and shrinking, losing all of the biodiversity that goes along with it, and all of the trees that are lost around communities mean that the soil is degrading. So people are in some trouble, as is the biodiversity. So what do Kijani Forestry do? Well, they've established nursery hubs in communities where they work with local communities to set up nurseries and grow trees and shrubs and bushes that the communities can plant. And these are indigenous species, they're fast growing species as well. They're species that enrich the soil so that they can be used, the soils can be fertile and used for agroforestry crops. The fast growing species are used for charcoal, and so they replace the wood that would otherwise be taken from the old growth forests, and that leaves the old growth forests standing to protect the biodiversity and to sequester carbon. So we think it's a terrific project. Really fantastically, it's leading to great increases in the income for these communities that are involved in the project. 850% increase in their income since Kijani started. So it's great, generating great wealth for these really poor communities as well, replacing that charcoal, replacing the charcoal that would otherwise come from the natural forest. And another thing that they're doing, which I think is really fantastic as well, is they've introduced improved kilns. So the idea of the kilns is for the amount of biomass that used to be made into charcoal, the wood that was brought in from the natural forest, it was pretty inefficient using the traditional means. So Kijani have introduced new kilns and that produce 80% more charcoal per unit of wood that comes in. So the wood that comes in is from the fast growing trees that the communities are growing, not the natural forest, and it's more efficient. So all round, I think Kijani Forestry, the team there, are doing a great job, and we're really, really excited about being a partner with them to see if we can support what they're doing. I've invested in some carbon removal credits. I like to invest in the projects that we bring on to My Carbon Zero. If I'm not prepared to invest in them, how can I ask you to? So I've bought 40 Kijani Forestry credits, and that brings my total carbon footprint down to 325 tonnes. It used to be 520, it's now 320 because I've invested in other projects too that are here on the site. So I hope to inspire you now that you're in our community, or if you're not in the My Carbon Zero community, come into the community, look at the projects and support them, and welcome very much to Kijani Forestry. I hope you can invest in helping them do more of their great work to protect those forests, protect the biodiversity, support the local community economic development, and to pull carbon out of the atmosphere. Thanks very much.